Testing, testing. How's this? Can you hear me now? What about the game? Can you keep talking? Talking. Hear me well? Keep on trying. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. How about now? Can you hear me better? Testing, 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 testing. Come on, babers, you gotta respond. Testing. I hate this damn delay. Testing, 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 testing. Okay. There, I updated my settings, so hopefully you can hear me a lot better now. Well, I turned down the volume. I wasn't sure if the volume on the game was overriding me. Testing, 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 testing. Let me know when you can hear both, and let me know how the volumes compare. Wes, testing, 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 testing. You can hear both of us, or both me and the game. Okay. Well, then let's try and start a game, shall we? We shall. Okay, good. Well, let's start this shit, and we shall see how well we do. Gonna keep playing. Okay, and here we start out in the Village of All Beginnings, which is a very apropos name since you always start the game here. I have no idea what this guy's deal is about. You only see him in this first screen. He talks about a lot of stuff that doesn't actually show up in the game. It's very bizarre, but there you have it. Just gives you a little bit of general information, asks you about your hair, and he doesn't care and then goes away. And he goes to the left of the screen, and here in a few seconds you will see him show up once more. And there goes Charles, aka Santa, and hitting those pigs. That little effect just there of the thing shaking and knocking the pig down was, I think, pretty cute thing. A nice little touch. I miss it when games do those things. And here we have the coma pigs. They're fun to jump on, fun to bounce. Ah. And there you have a butt plant, aka peach flower gas. And it turns that pig into a little pig for some reason, which you can jump on and acquire. Yes, peach flower gas. Ugh. Yes, we enjoy the 13-year-old humor, or less. Okay, one thing I did not notice when I started this game originally, way back in the early days, is that these little things called pump rocks, they're accordion things, and if you jump on this one, you'll see water coming out. Well, what's that all about? Well, when you jump on one for the first time, it turns it from this color to this color. It's one little tinny. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Okay, so it turns from that color to that one to signify to you whether or not you've jumped on that one before. Now, you want to jump on every single one that you see for a quest much later in the game. And here's that guy, coming from the right, even though he left from the left. It's very weird. Okay, so he talks to us. Fog is really thick. Can't see a thing. Looks like we'll have to turn around. Do you dye your hair or is it naturally pink? Well, it's naturally pink, dude. Never mind. If only I had my Nature Survivalist mail order catalog. I have no idea. Like in a tin can. Okay. I don't know what that really means, but okay. Let's see. I'm sure there would be something to get rid of this fog. Oh well. Okay, so we can do a couple things here. These balloons, well, bubbles, whatever, they are a one-time thing. You pop them, and they go away for the rest of the game. There are a lot of things that are one-time only. You miss it once, you'll miss it forever. Not a whole lot, but you gotta keep an eye on stuff. This is also another one-time only. Once you grab him and smash him against those balloons, they never show up again. Very strange. No, I've never talked in a tin can before. Okay, this guy is a coca, and for some reason, they are trapping these chicks in eggs. There's only 4 of them, but they are a nuisance. Okay, and here's that fog that guy was talking about. So what do? We use our Furious Tornado. I like this item. Shame you only use it once. But you get a nice little FMV. Okay, and he sucks up God knows what, sucking away all the fog and leaving this nice little vista behind. And there you have it. Nice and pretty. And you have cleared your first achievement. Or your first quest, rather. And here is one of the interesting little touches of the game. If you jump, as I showed earlier, you can jump from either the background or the foreground. If you jump over here, you can just barely make it for right now. But for whatever reason, they decided to be nice and give you a pumpkin that doesn't show up if you're in the other side of the screen. Here's another peach flying gas, or peach flower gas thingy. 1 of 2 in the game. Okay. And here's a sleeping pig. We gotta smash them all. Okay. I am using my Logitech headset, but I'm using my Logitech standing mic because I was getting better levels out of that than I was the mic on my headphone. So, gotta make do with this weird setup. Okay, so one of the other things that is It's not really missable, but you can get it really early, but it doesn't have any effect other than giving you some AP. And here, bonk. If you drop one of those berries into that specific one, it will turn it into a biting flower plant. I don't know how that corresponds with it, but if you get either of those berries before you do that... Oh, and here's the second egg. That's not one of those items that's lost forever, but it will be a lot longer till you can get another one, but that's okay because it actually doesn't have any effect until much later in the game. Ah, prick. And come here, Froggy. And okay, there we go. Yes, my headset mic is muted. At least it should be. Okay. So now we have a Froggy, and he rides on our back. We will take him to his home, as the quest suggested. If you take any damage, then he will jump off and you'll have to go find him again. And he's in those purple little flowers that I knocked down just a bit ago. These biting flower plants seem to not like frogs, I guess. Because they don't do anything when you jump over them when you have Froggy. But as you saw earlier, they got no problem when it's just me. Dickheads. Okay. Fortunately, you can bash them good and jump over them while they're still dizzy. Okay. Is the tin can sound using that bat? I guess so. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here's another thing that way back in the days of the demo I nearly overlooked. See that wiggling thing? Those are eyes. Eyes are attached to a person generally, so let's talk to him. What? You found me? I was standing in nearly plain sight. What's going on? You found me. I'll give you a little hint. To the right of me, behind the hut, there's a little pond. If you go up the hill above here, you can meet this crazy old coot. He's supposed to be some wise 100-year-old man, but he seems to mumble a lot to me. Well, okay. Who are you? Who am I? Yeah, never mind that. Go see the places I just told about and we'll talk again later. Okay. And he's right. And there we go. Second quest complete. Got 2 ups for that. And now, Mr. Turtle. Takes you across, and you jump on this plank, but this guy is also a dick, so he jumps off the platform and you fall. But you're saved by Mr. Turtle. He only saves you this one time though, so... and this guy, yeah, saved you one time, and next time might not be so lucky. So, yes, you do take damage if you fall into water. It's really annoying, but later on you learn how to swim, so you don't have to worry about it again. And trust me, you're not up to it yet. That's not true. I've played this game many times. Come back after you learn how to swim. Okay. Hey, you hungry? Why don't you take this with you? And he gives you bananas. See you later, much later. Hahaha. Yeah, he's not kidding. We don't see him for a long time. Okay, now he takes us back, and we go back. Because we have no choice to go but back. Okay. Now up here is our third egg. Get another blunk. Okay. Now here are the start of 2 dickhead pigs. This one has a tendency to come and bite you, and that one has a tendency, if you didn't see, he jumps out at you. Here's that grass. Once you save Froggy, they don't come out of it anymore. 3 more pump rocks. Some more biting flower plants, and now a bit of a tricky jump, but we can do it. And blonk. Okay. No. Very nearly didn't make that. Okay, and as you can see, even though the monsters reset, that pig didn't, and the bubbles didn't. If you're wondering what's in that door, or if you can see at that door, those are stuff that we won't really have access to until much later. Okay, piggy. Bonk. I love doing that, that's so cool. And teaches you how to swing. And for some reason that keeps kicking me off. It used to not do that. I don't know why it's doing it now. Okay, and up here was Charles. He ran away. What do these monkeys like? This little monkey, he likes bananas. So let's give him a banana. I don't know if I'm going to. This is kind of a test, and if I'm sounded bad, then I don't know. I haven't really thought of any schedules, what my motives are, what I'm really trying to do. Oh, good commentary. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Okay. So, got some bananas, and he thinks we're okay. His name is Charles, like I said. He will teach us a trick. Press the B button, or well, excuse me, the square button and the directional button together to run. I'm actually using the Xbox controller to control. So it's actually the X button on mine, but whatever. Animal Dash, yes. This is very handy. You will move a lot faster. To the point where I almost never play this game not holding down that button. And as you can see, I move significantly quicker. I got little stars following me. And it allows me to jump further and jump a little bit higher. Bonk. Bonk. And piggy. Okay. We will actually be coming back here for a third time later to get that chest here in a little bit. Something else that you might have noticed that doesn't respawn are those little berries. That's nice when you're just starting out, but when you get to that point where you're hurting, it can be a little troublesome when you're on the go. There. Yes, thank you. Dickhead. Okay. So, them not respawning, and here's another life. Nice little climb effect. But yeah, those berries don't respawn, which isn't too terrible, but when they're like that one in the way, and you have no way to get... damn it. Hello, Jack. Yeah, go away. Come on. Okay. But, like I was saying, once you actually need those things, them not being there is a little bit of a nuisance. Okay, that should be our last chick. And another quest. This game has a lot of quests. Something else, I don't know, I didn't notice in the first couple of playthroughs, when you acquire a quest and it shows up the little dialogue, it shows a number underneath that little text box. At first I thought that was how much you would get when you completed the quest, but no, it's actually how much you got for earning the quest. Yes, you actually gain points for doing the quest. Did you say what game you're playing? Like, is there a category for retro games? Yes, it has a little playing thing in my dashboard, and I've titled the broadcast, but when I try and update it, I get an error updating broadcast message. So I don't know if it's taking or not. Let me try it again. Blank update, and it's not working for some reason. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, now here is the old coot that the guy was talking about before. And he thinks I'm cute. I think he's got a thing for me. Check or uncheck the language button. That should fix it. Okay, check. Update. None. Update. English. Update. Changes saved. Okay, thank you. That did fix it, it looks like. Okay, what can I do for you? 100-year-old wise man. Yay. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, this guy is pretty lazy, and he's pretty weak, so he enlists me to, the red kookaburras, yes. Those darn birds steal eggs and try to raise them as their own. Feel sorry for the cute little chicks inside. I'm not going to actually do anything, but could you go do it and get on that? Inside the coca eggs, 500 points. And hey, look, I've already done them. Fun fact, if you didn't collect all of them, he actually kicks you out of there. You fall from roughly where those two asshole pigs are. And so, obviously, they're pretty easy to spot, not too big a deal. Some of them you have no choice but to see. Okay. And where are the chicks? Yes, they're stored in his stomach. Everything he has is stored in his stomach. You don't see him carrying anything, and his pants don't look like they're bulging from all the stuff, so yes, you kept them in your stomach. I don't get it, but hey, gotta do something. Okay, and he doesn't want to know how much you have there, and he has one less thing to worry about. So, he's going to tell you about the coma pigs that stole our grandpa's bracelet, which is the first quest that we technically get, and the only one that cannot be completed until the very end of the game, once you beat the final boss. So you want to know about the coma pigs, and prepare for FMV.
This was once a beautiful, peaceful land.
Hi, Zoro.
Until 7 evil pigs came. They suddenly appeared and used their powers to change this land into an ugly world. For some reason, the evil pigs seem to be collecting gold. I bet your grandpa's bracelet that was stolen by the coma pigs was made out of gold, too. The 7 evil pigs are hiding somewhere in this world. If you find them, I'm sure you'll be able to find your bracelet as well. Just remember, be very careful.
And that's all he knows about the coma pigs. Make some friends, they'll be a great help to you. Of course, if there's anything I can do for you, just come back here. This old fart really is forgetful and lazy. He can't even find his own 100-year-old bell. Don't know why, because it's pretty easy. So instead he gives us an ancient key that'll allow us to open those yellow chests. And here you go. This key is the only key that will open the 100-year-old chest. So yes, you'll also need the evil bags, the evil pig bags. And we gotta talk to the dwarf elder, who's in the forest, the dwarf forest. Now run along. Okay, so now we leave. Actually, I should probably save my game. 100-year-old man's hut. Donk. Okay, that was my test save from earlier. so now here's one of the chests, and it gave you a charity wing. What a charity wing is essentially your fast travel for this game. Okay, and now that we have talked to the old man, let's talk with this guy, Yan of the Hidden Village. Yan, whatever. 5,000, yes. And now we get to play a game of hide and go seek. I like to hide from people. Usually they never find me. If you find me again, I'll give you more information. Don't expect it to be easy this time. This is going to be a lot of fun. A good old game of hide and seek. Well, good luck. See ya. Okay. So, he's not kidding. It's going to be pretty difficult. Well, I mean, since I played the game, it's not too difficult, but they're in very out-of-the-way places. And there's a couple of missable things related to him. But we'll get into that later. Okay, now I'm going to go over here and get some items for more score. And of course I miss it completely. So let's go back, because yes, it's been a while since I've played this game, so it's a little bit worn out of my muscle memory. And okay, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because we wanted that chest. And those gems, of course. Now, somehow, don't ask me how, this treasure chest is floating in the middle of the air. And it's in the middle of the air because you drop right down to the asshole pigs. Yes, I hate these pigs. And this one is called a Vitality Max +1. I believe in-game it's referred to as a jacket, other than, you know, its item name. But as you can see, I went from 4 health to 5. So, pretty self-explanatory. And now here is that last chest. The 100-year-old bell. As you can see, I was right in calling that bastard a lazy old bastard. And the bells, all they do is they take you to the old person. So, essentially free, a little bit more free fast travel. This game is pretty good about it, and later you get infinite fast travel, and it'll allow you to pick where you go. Basically, that's how the charity wings function. They bring up a menu to ask where you want to go. I'm not going to do it just yet because I haven't been to too many places. But later on, you will get an item that is essentially infinite those. I don't use them a whole lot, just because I tend to... Ooh. Yes, another quest, leaf butterflies. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, I jumped on a dwarf there, and it said dwarf level up. Dwarf language level up, whatever. Somehow, by biting the dudes, I learned their language. Okay. Let's see, what else? Yes, those leaf butterflies... There's 2. There's 3. Getting a lot of better luck with these. Ooh. Okay. The reason why I like to do this now is because later it'll be a lot more difficult to get these. The leaf butterflies are for a quest that take you to Yan's hidden village. But you won't be able to do that till much, much later. Actually, now that I think about it, by the time you can find how to get there naturally, You don't even really need the leaf butterflies to do so, but it'll help eventually. Because it takes so long, all these butterflies, you need 30 of them, but you can only get 25 in here, and I've already lost count. 11. Once you get 25 leaf butterflies, they will no longer come out of these little leaf piles. So, bear with me while I get them. I don't have too many left, but yeah. And this is kind of fun. It's a nice little effect, nice little touch, you know, sliding down hills to kick up leaves, to kick up leaf butterflies. And, dunk. This 100 Flower Forest is probably my favorite song in the entire game. It's one that I wouldn't say I could put it on repeat and be happy, because it does wear when you're just listening to that. Like if you're listening at 3, I've never seen 3, and of course I get them. But when you're actually doing something and focused on a task, it's a nice little background noise. Okay, I just need 4 more. And quick, it's gone. Ooh. Oh, that was 25. Counting is fun. Okay, more sliding. Yep, it's fun to slide down these. And another pump rock. And another gated off area. We shall come back there soon. The Dwarf Forest is kind of nice in that, you know, it's got a nice little atmosphere, nice background music, but it's got 2 of the most asshole sections in the game, in my opinion. Especially to start out with. It's fine now, but once I talk with the dwarves, it gets a lot worse. This half, rather, I should say, gets a lot worse. But you go onto this side, and before you talk with the dwarf people, this is the worst side. Because those spikes hurt. Bong, see? They're sharp. And another pump rock. Okay. And another dwarf. Okay, dwarf language level 3. In the Japanese version, you actually don't start to see them talking in actual letters. They still talk in, like, symbols. But in the English version, they actually have speech. Somehow I was abracadabra. So, yeah, they talk in symbols until you get that last guy. You don't get any letters, unlike somehow I was abracadabra. Okay. But yeah, this is the dwarf village. You don't come here a whole lot. You will later to talk with this lady and open this chest. My, what a cute knee. Thank you. One thing I didn't realize about the game is that you actually have slow mode and run mode in villages. I know that sounds pretty obvious since through the rest of the game I'm running, but I did not realize that there was a slow mode. And strangely, back in the days of the demo, I got all the way this far without using the animal dash, and strangely, these towns are the only place where you aren't a dumbass and know how to run of your own accord. Rather than just, going at a leisurely pace trying to get your grandpa's bracelet back, you can actually run in towns, but not in the world until you get that animal dash. I don't know why, but I guess you could call it a neat little touch. Okay, there is the dwarf elder, and there is the last dwarf. Okay, and we talk with this guy, and he's surprised we can understand the dwarf language. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I'd be pretty impressed too if I could learn a language just by biting a bunch of dudes on the head. I want to learn French? Chomp, chomp, chomp. Hey, parlez-vous français? I wish. Okay. So, yes, now you are tasked with retrieving 7, actually technically 8 dwarves. But before you can actually talk with the dwarf elder, you won't even be able to pass. There's an invisible wall. So yes, leisurely pace through the game for running. Okay. So, now that you've talked with them, they've included a nice little load screen. And you can talk with her. Well, what a cute looking boy you are. But I'm afraid you don't look very happy. I'm a doctor, so if you ever hurt yourself, come see me. Yeah, so you talk with her. And this lady, she's got a little bit of a problem. She's hid something very special in the forest. But because there are now pigs over there, she doesn't know what she's going to do with it. Or without it. So let's just leave. Strangely, she doesn't actually give you a quest. So I can't remember if it's getting this or the item that she's talking about. Oh yes. The safe spot of this area, and already found one dwarf. Blunk. And pig. Those berries are also one-time items. The pigs will respawn, so will the little caps, and obviously once you've taken all the caps off, they are dangerous, and the pigs that just sit there somehow injure you, because Tomba's a dumbass and hits the wrong part, but that's okay, because there's berries. And another dwarf, somehow he was able to make it onto there, but not me. I did not want that. Okay. I want to get that chest for a new item, so I'm going to respawn. Yes, that's all you do to respawn this area, is go from one side of the house to the other. Respawn. Hey. So, not too bad if you want to quickly grind out some points or whatever. What I did just there with that thing, you'll notice I didn't get any points. Unless a thing bounces on something else, you don't get any points for chucking it. Usually not an issue, but if you're trying to get a high AP score for later parts of the game... Oh, that's good. Sorry, I don't really check this. I haven't been checking the chat as often as I should. Okay. But yeah, if you chuck those dudes into something, you'll get points. Otherwise, if it just flies off, you won't get points. Even if it's just barely off screen when it flies off, it has to bounce on screen. Okay, so another floating chest, and inside is a wood boomerang. Okay. So now let's go into Wobbly Wharf. Okay, so here is a nice little puppy. He's a cute puppy. Probably won't see him ever again. Okay, now this next bit is one of the missable events. It's really stupid. You can't get it till much later in the game when you know how to swim. And it's a one-time thing. If you break what's coming up, it doesn't respawn ever again. So save your game beforehand if you really need to, but if you've been playing it a lot... Oh yeah, there's these worms that float around in this area. They don't really cause too much, but they can get in the way. Okay, now here it is. Yes, for whatever reason, that thing only goes so far. Ooh. That usually doesn't happen. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay, so yes, I just did exactly what I I did not know that if you bounced a thing into that barrel, you would completely destroy it. So even now I'm learning stuff about this game. Good thing I saved, or otherwise I would have been extremely pissed. Yes. Okay. Continuing on. We'll do this the right way. And yes, those spikes will hurt you. Okay, good. You have to bap it twice, and then remove the spikes. Once you remove the spikes, now you can push it. You obviously couldn't do that beforehand. I had to get that chest before it fell in the thing. Yes. You needed it to get a quest. That's it. You don't see the barrel again, you just roll it into the ocean. Or rather, this lake. Okay, now barrel. Okay. Okay. And dwarf guy, just 4 more dwarves. Okay. While I am here, I can demonstrate something else. Certain enemies, when you jump on them, will increase that little bar that shows up. Certain enemies give certain colors. These worms all give blue power. Pigs always give pink power, obviously, or pink or red or whatever you want to call it. And later on there are spiders and some bats, I think, that give, Oh, kid, I don't think you can get down. Okay. We rescued a puppy. We like the puppies. But yes, you get those powers, and once you have a full bar of 10, of which my pink ones are... Once you get it to 10, you will later be able to collect various elemental jewels. I sound just like Frank-O-Matic. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, so here's my dwarf collection so far. And this chick says she can heal us, but I wonder if she can heal a puppy. This will take some time to heal. Yeah, she's not kidding. He doesn't heal naturally, you gotta heal him yourself. So you leave the puppy with her, and she'll take good care of him. And you decide to name him. And Baron. For some reason, his name isn't Baron. Isn't the pigs fire? Yes, the pigs are fire. The pigs are fire, the worms are water, and the spiders are wind. Yeah. Only 2 of those do I really make any use of. The water gym is nice, but unlike... Oh, I see. But unlike the fire and the water ones are basically the same thing. They both give you a temporary kill anything shield. Well, except for the bosses. But contrary to what you would think, actually, no, they aren't that difficult to level. If you kind of, I don't want to say manipulate the game, but you manipulate the game to reload stuff, and you just keep killing stuff back and forth. Oops. You just keep going back and forth killing stuff, and you can do that pretty... Certain spots will allow you to go back and forth pretty easily. The Village of All Beginnings is a good place for the pigs, and I think the birds give you them too. The spiders in here are good for Green, and Wobbly Wharf, that area I was just at, was is good for Blue. So you can actually clear it out pretty soon into the game, but actually, I was gonna say there isn't. Ooh, yeah, those guys you gotta hit twice because of their spines. Okay, when you bap them too much, they die. Later on in the game, there is actually an item you get called a Mighty Fish that if you put it into certain pools of water, it will spawn a Mighty Fish, which basically will max out your pink, blue, and green bars. One for each. There's 3 spots, 1 for each color, and you got to do it 3 times because 3 fish, you know. Here is another kind of secret thing that you wouldn't really notice, but it's just some extra things. You can't do anything to it just yet. Turns out it's an elevator. Okay, now I'm going back here. For another pump rock and another chest. That gives me jumping pants. I actually don't think it really increases your jumping power all that much, not in any noticeable amount, but it's good for change, I guess. Transmog before it was a thing. Okay. Oh shit. Ooh. I'm genuinely. I'd never realized that those were dead spiders. Whew. I am learning so much about this game that I love. When I say love, I'm not joking. I love this game. This was the first game I could ever legitimately beat. Mostly because I never had stuff like Super Nintendo and whatnot. Okay, there is a million-year-old chest. I think all that one contains is like some lunchboxes and another invisible wall because that guy doesn't want to let me pass. Okay, here is my favorite green leveling spot. Because if you walk back and forth here, it keeps respawning the green dudes. So that's something that, you know, in my normal playthroughs, I tend to do pretty early on. I probably won't do that in this video just because that's me running back and forth constantly. Yes, this game has a world map. Let's see. Select map. And here's your map. I think it gets bigger. I actually don't look at it all that often because these spots where they show you at, or where they show you places and stuff, they don't really connect all that well. I mean, they sort of do, but, like, you'd think that this is the old man's hut, but it doesn't say that. And this way is Old Pond. Well, there was a little house, like, somewhere here. There wasn't a big lake between Old Pond and where you were going. So I don't really follow it. Yeah, pretty much. Though, the map aside, this game does loop on itself pretty much everywhere. That little spot that I broke open and at the bottom there actually leads to the underground. If you go all the way that way, you will get to the Mushroom Forest. Wobbly Wharf will take you to Charity Square, which gets you to another part of the forest. Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that. Wow. The hitboxes in this game are very odd sometimes. And it's just very interesting how stuff connects to itself. Okay, this is a telescope. And where would you use a telescope? Right down here. This is one thing that I've always found really annoying because you can't just use it anywhere. I'm actually surprised I got that on the first try. And it gives you a nice little FMV. I think there are actually two. If you look in the telescope later in the game, you'll see some pigs in a rowboat going towards that island. But usually on the first time, you get just seeing that thing. Forgot what I was going to say before that. Well. Okay, so here is something else that... There aren't a whole lot of things that you push in the game, and I feel bad for that spider, because it unleashes a magic mirror. This is another item that wouldn't be used till much later in the game. And here's another crystal ball that doesn't, that again doesn't get used until pretty much the closer to the end of the game, closer to the middle, I guess you could say. But you need that mirror and those little crystal balls. There's 3 crystal balls for some reason. And you use those to get one of the best weapons in the game later on. Okay, now earlier I mentioned that before, the right half of this map was the asshole part, and this part was pretty nice. That is changed because of that! Those pigs spawn infinitely. Oh, I got that on accident. Those pigs spawn infinitely, always off screen, and they're always right in a bad spot, and you have a tendency to jump right into them whether you want it or not. Okay, so earlier I got a bucket of water, and there's some fire, so I'm going to use that to douse the fire, and I put away the bucket for later, and I got some baked yam. When it comes to this part, yeah, I hate that. I try and stick to these things as much as possible. Okay. All dwarves rescued. Not quite. That makes some interesting sound effects when I'm surprised. And some more charity wings. Okay. Now, of course, they don't spawn here on this bit, but once you get past it, they continuously spawn, no matter how many you kill. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a good place, especially if you're twitchy like me, to farm for pink. Generally, like I said, I like to stick to these tops. In fact, this is pretty much the only time I'll go that far. Usually if I want to get to there, I'll either use Baron to fly there, or the 100-year bell to teleport me past that, just because I hate that bit so much. Okay, now like I said, although I have rescued all the dwarves, if I go in there, they'll say, hey, we're missing one. That little dwarf kid you saw earlier actually decided to get lost in here. I like saving him for the last, for a couple of reasons. One, I hate that loading screen. I don't understand why you have to, aside from the fact that, I don't know, maybe because it's technically different than how the rest of the game is rendered, rather than this 2D side-scrolling. It goes to that 3D-ness, but since, of course, we can't have nice things, it has to load that every single time. Plus, once you actually get this kid, who's so helpless, doesn't know what to do, I have no idea how he got up here in the first place, but he's up here, and he's trapped, and you have to take him down. So he's looking for flower seeds, but couldn't find any. Well, once he's gone, and once I've saved all the dwarves, I come back here, and that's where the flower seeds conveniently are. So now we take him home, and he grabs onto our ass. I want to say he's grabbing onto our back, but every time I run, look at that, he's grabbing onto our ass. Fortunately, unlike the frog, he doesn't fly off just if you get damaged. But he has his own little annoyances. Screw it. Specifically, if here's a chest that I won't be able to get until I have the 10,000-year-old key, which is much, much later. But yeah, the reason why I save him for the last is because he bitches if you try and go that way. So you have to go and take him. You can't just, take him along for a ride. You have to take him back. And you might as well do him last because once he is there and once you have all the other dwarves, you get some cheese, you finish a quest, and then this nice little cutscene of them walking, and then another cutscene of everyone cheering for joy, you nodding and everyone thanking you, and then they go off probably to get lost again or trapped or whatever. I'm so brave. You made the entire dwarf village happy. Yeah, apparently, except for that one guy that's walking back and forth. Two guys that are walking back and forth. May I shake your hand? And this takes forever. I think the pink hair is cool. And this takes forever to get done. And once it does, everyone doesn't care anymore. I had something very special, but because of the pig, she doesn't want to go and get it. So we'll give her her baked yam. And hey, you found it. Thank you so much. Gulp, it's coming now. Pull my finger. I'm gonna keep quiet once this, Yes. Yeah, good thing Tomba decided to run away from that fart. Okay, what a relief. Couldn't help it. I had so much gas I felt like I was going to explode. By the way, I'm not quite sure what this is, but why don't you take it? I've been told it's something very unusual. Well, thank you. Vitality max +1, so now we have 6 health. Save. One thing I just now remembered, I don't make use of it too often because I generally don't need to. If you use a save point and reload your save, you will come back to the game after it loads with all of your health full. So you don't necessarily have to spend stuff. Items generally are... the thief is... We'll see him soon enough. But generally there's enough free items that I don't need to make use of it, and you can talk with a couple of the elders and they will heal you for free. So now let's talk with the dwarf elder. I'm the dwarf elder. Yep, 2,000 points. On behalf of everyone in this village, please allow me to thank you for saving our friends and family. As you can see, our village does not have much, but I hear from the 100-year-old wise man that you are looking for the evil pigs. Yes, here it is. Blue evil pig bag acquired. Hello, cousins. Okay, in the 100-flower forest. Okay, this is the evil pig bag for this pig that casts a spell. Take it. Okay, after he gets done with this little spiel, he actually, in the demo, way back in the day, if anyone remembers that, probably not, but I did because I played the crap out of it, he will actually say something to the effect of, yes, thank you for finding me, I'm the Dwarf Elder. That's the end of the demo. You better pay for, the actual Tomba game, if you're lucky, which I was very lucky when I found that. But, yeah, they just tell you that, in the full game, they just tell you that, yeah, the storms, I hate they just tell you that where the bags are isn't necessarily where the where the... What am I guarding? Yeah. Where you find the bag isn't where the pig bag gate or the pig gate is. This one is not until you reach the million-year-old man's room. So very, very, very late game. And there's much more left in this game to be done. Like I said, this is where the demo ended. You couldn't even get this far. It literally ends the game after you talk with that dude. I don't even think you can save the game throughout the entire demo. But I'm going to save, and I believe that is all I will do for tonight. Thank you, Beggars, for joining me in the stream. I really appreciate your assistance. I hope the volumes were okay. I hope the lag wasn't, or the stream wasn't too choppy or anything. I'm actually surprised how well my computer held up. That I could stream, I could have the preview in Chrome and the game at the same time. But I believe that is where we shall say goodbye. Thank you once again. This has been the test of the stream for Sunday, April 10th, 2016. Thank you and good night.